champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol.
Has anybody heard from Dmitry Bivol's ex-wife? She's awfully quiet. Sorry, love, Dmitry doesn't drink bitter. Well, what a performance from Bivol. I am over the moon for him. Nobody deserved that more than him. I thought he won the first fight, like I said before. So, for me, justice was served there. It was close, it was competitive, but there was only one winner there. I thought Beterbiev started off well, but Bivol kept his cool. He got back into the fight. I thought his jab was on point. He couldn't miss with a straight 1-2. His footwork was exceptional. And I thought he did a really good job of ending the round strongly. I thought in the championship rounds, he done really well as well. In round 11, he absolutely pieced up Beterbiev. I mean, his face was red raw. Again, Bivol outlanded him. He was landing the cleaner shots all night. And I just thought it was a boxing masterclass from him. I really did. So, fair play to Bivol. He deserves all of the credit in the world. I mean, that must have been a really hard defeat to take. And I know he took it like a champion, but deep down that would have really hurt him there. And a lot of people writ him off. Most people were picking Beterbiev. So I think he can be really proud of himself. For Beterbiev, he can come back from this. I mean, he is 40. There's definitely going to be a trilogy. And I think it goes the same way personally. I do just feel as if it's a case of Bivol's got Beterbiev's number now. Beterbiev knows he can't knock out Bivol. So he's not going to outbox him. He's only getting older. Bivol is still in his prime. So I would make Dmitry a big favourite in the rematch for the trilogy. But you never know. Beterbiev can come back. He will always have a puncher's chance against anybody. But I just don't think he can do much more. He was coming forward all night, letting his hands go. But at the end of the day, he does get hit easy. And Dmitry took full advantage of that with his unbelievable boxing skill. So I think these two are made for each other. I think they could fight 10 times and it would always be an unbelievable fight. But I do feel as if now Bivol definitely has the edge. But again, it was close in there. It was competitive. Beterbiev definitely won rounds. And at the halfway stage, you were thinking, Dmitry might be in trouble here. But as good as Artur Beterbiev is at cutting the ring off, Bivol knows how to negate that with his footwork, which is just next level. For me, he's got the best feet in boxing. It's between him and Usyk, but Bivol's boxing IQ is just next level. And the way he moves around the ring is sensational to watch. It really is. And all round brilliant for boxing. You know, it would have been an absolute shame if Bivol got robbed. I mean, one judge had it 115, 113, which I thought was fair. 116, 112 to Bivol as well, which I can see. The 114, 114 card I thought was harsh on Bivol. But ultimately, the right man won. Brilliant for boxing as well. Now we get the trilogy. Everyone's a winner. Well, apart from Beterbiev and Bivol's ex-missus. And on the undercard, what a fight between Callum Smith and Joshua Buatsi. I thoroughly enjoyed that. There wasn't one dull moment in that fight. Smith winning a unanimous decision. I thought he looked brilliant in there. He rolled back the years. I thought if he was going to win, he would win via knockout. And I had him as an underdog. But you know what? He was landing the cleaner, harder shots all night long. And for me, he outworked Buatsi. So fair play to Smithy boy. He'll move on and get another big fight on another Riyadh season card. Buatsi can definitely come back. He's still young enough. It's his first loss. Adjik Kabiel stopped the Zangmeister inside 6 rounds. Zhang dropped Kabiel in the 5th, but he just ran out of gas. Unfortunately for him, he just looked knackered in there. Kabiel was piecing up Zhang to the body, and that's what done the damage in the end. He stopped him. Zhang just couldn't get up, and he was finished, to be fair. I'm gutted for him. I love Zhang, but he is 41. It's going to be a hard road back. If he wants to continue, he definitely can. There's always going to be fun fights there for him. For Kabiel, fair play. He's going to get another massive opportunity now. Ortiz-Madrimov, fantastic fight. I thought Ortiz outworked Madrimov. I would love to see Ortiz against Murtalayev next. I think that would be absolute carnage. It would end up being a brutal war. So hopefully we get that one next. Adalmaz Shiraz ended in a split decision draw. I personally did not see that coming at all. I thought Shiraz would win. For me and for many others, Adalmaz won that fight. I thought Shiraz got very lucky to get away with a draw there. I just thought Adalmaz did way more than Shiraz, and unfortunately for Shiraz, it does just show the leap in levels when you go from Tyler Denny for the European title to Carlos Adalmaz for the WBC middleweight title. It is just such a gulf in class, so I think Shiraz will learn a lot from it. I was a bit disappointed, I expected more, but again, I think that's down to the levels, really. Shakur Stevenson stopped Josh Padley in the 9th round. What a warrior Josh Padley is. I thought he was gangster as fuck in there. He wouldn't stop trying. He came in on short notice and he went out on his shield there. For Shakur, I mean, he looked all right, didn't he? But you know what? Given the levels and given the fact that Padley had such short notice, I thought he should have stopped him earlier, really. I mean, he had so many opportunities to get Padley out there and he just fannies about on the back foot, doesn't do anything. And I know when he does let his hands go, he's brilliant, but he's got such a low punch output. I mean, it is all about getting the win. He is effective, but it's got to be a super fight next for me. I think Gervonta Davies would be the ideal opponent next, so hopefully that gets made. And in the co-main, take a bow, Joseph Parker. I thought he'd win on points, but just like my average performance in the bedroom, it was over in no time. Vicious overhand right that ended Bicoli. I think Parker was lucky that it wasn't a sparring session, because if it was, Bicoli would have knocked him out with the first punch of the fight. Sensational performance from Parker. I mean, he is aging like a fine wine. He is the most in-form heavyweight in the world, bar Usyk. I still want to see the Dubois fight, especially after that performance, but it could be the AJ rematch. Let's see. For Bicoli, I would love to see him against Zhang next. I think that'd be a fun fight. They're obviously both coming off knockout losses now. And at the end of the day, the good thing is with the Saudis, it doesn't matter if you lose. You can definitely come back. So it's not the end of the world for him. And he had a ready-made excuse anyway. He was obviously coming in on short notice. But it's definitely fair to say that the hype has died down. And I am so pleased about that, because it was unbearable before. But Joseph Parker definitely stole the show on the undercard. I am honestly buzzing for him. So yeah, there we go, guys. What a night of boxing. Let me know your thoughts as always. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Up the Saudis. And fucking get in there, Dmitry Bivol.